Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this one, hopefully, we're going to go from stages 81 all the way through to 100. We'll just see whether or not we can. So, this is the team setup that I ran previously. Now, it is Monarch, so we do get the 40 dodge. But again, I don't suspect we'll need to change this. The best Monarch team, I would say, is probably now Mystifiers. The fact that you have Dullahan, Talos, Astrid, and Sandra as well to do all of that crazy damage. Plus now with Gaia, I think it makes it the best damage dealing team, but also the sturdiest team as well. Now, with regards to the Glorians Monarch team, that is also a very, very powerful team. Probably include Halissa on that team as well, if you are struggling with this. But just having a single Monarch shouldn't be bad at all. You should be able to pass with that and get the additional 40 dodge. Unfortunately, it doesn't work altogether too well on Mystifiers, because even though flipping out, she did a lot of damage to him then, didn't she? Looks like Elmer to clean things up though, not bad. But yeah, so the additional, just having one Monarch in the team, absolutely fine for you. So let's carry on. And I don't think the dodge makes too much difference, to be honest. I think you could just blitz through this with super basic team. Well, I say super basic, but like Halissa, Astrid, Cleo, Dahlia, that team, Seraphina, all that sort of stuff. You could just blitz through with those teams, and you'd be absolutely fine for it. But yeah, for now, we'll just stick with this team. We do have the one Monarch on here. Don't think we need anything else. So this is 84, and let's jump into 85. So to counter Solomon, the best unit, I would say, is probably Lee. Lee is a Monarch and also removes Bind as well. The reason that I'm going to run Hades over Lee, so if we just have a quick check on his runes. Before taking action, removes bind from all allies. So he removes bind from all allies. Hades does exactly the same thing, except Hades is much quicker about it. So he is speed 108, whereas Lee, Ophelia, I think, Karnak, and there's one other to potentially remove the bind. Again, their speed is all 106. The only person who's faster, who removes bind, is Ophelia, but you do need her skin in order for her to be faster, so that you can get the bind mechanic. So here you go, bind mechanic in place. Hades to take action and remove that bind. So he acts faster than the rest of our other units here, and then we also get the Soul Devour effect, so finish things off rather quickly here. So we'll blitz through this, and then we'll get to that stage 100. We'll just see whether or not we can go ahead and beat that stage. As you can see, beating it in sort of 2 rounds, for me, is simple enough. 3 rounds here. Yeah, again, I've got quite strong units, and it's all because I've saved up over time. I've been playing this game for well over a year now, and have the units to back it up. So been collecting, been saving, been finding units to fight with, going through all of those different summons over the course of the year. Built up all of my resources, allowed me to get to where I'm at the moment. Now Holy Shield is slightly different, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to build, I'm going to use Arthur. Arthur removes Holy Shield when he attacks. So does Macaria, so does Katrina, Catherine, Audrey. Any of those units remove Holy Shield on action, but I'm going to choose Arthur instead, just because he's a new unit. So we'll add in our Monarchs, and then also I think we'll go for Cleo and get that 3rd Monarch in there. So it should be absolutely fine. Now we're going to pop in these here. It's absolutely fine. I think we can remove remove crit resistance, and then we can add in this one. Increases reflect rate by 50%. I think we'll take out the thorn binders, and we can go ahead and pop in splash axe as well, just to get that additional damage. We do have this, dealing reflect damage, has 25% chance to trigger sanctuary. This also combos with, where have you gone? This way, is it? That's the taunt. This one. Oh no, that's awaken. There is one that allows you to apply sanctuary. Perhaps I haven't got it yet. Is what it is. But we'll change out our relics as well, increasing our reflect rate as much as we possibly can. Now, what do you do? 4 different rune synergies, increase the damage dealt of all relics. We conditionally increase the attack of all allies by 10% for 2 rounds. So yeah, nothing to do with reflect rate. We'll pop that in, and then we'll see how it goes. So now we've got our 3 monarchs at the back. We've got Halissa, we have Merlin, and we have Cleo as well. And the reason that I'm running it like this, I was hoping Arthur would be the 3rd monarch, but when you have 3 monarch synergy mates deployed, Halissa increases the HP of those monarchs, I believe, by, was it 30? Sorry, 300%. I believe it is when you've got the 3 monarchs deployed. When you've got 2 monarchs deployed, she'll increase it by 200. And then when you've got 3 monarchs deployed, increases monarch HP by 500%, I believe. So this is absolutely fine. So Arthur will take action here, remove those holy shields, and we can start doing a bunch of damage as well. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. Looks like we, you know, it is what it is. I think this team is going to be very, very powerful. Really, really powerful. In the fact that Avengers. Ugh. Ugh. Avengers. I don't think we'll need it, but let's go and build an Avengers team anyway. So let's pop in. We want 1, 2, 3. Pop Sal in, and then we'll pop Janet in as well. Pop Sal in this back slot. In fact, we'll pop Sal in this front slot. Pop Janet in this middle slot. In fact, no, we'll pop Aphrodite in this middle slot. Go ahead, change up our relics here. Sorry, our artifacts, and then we'll change up our relics as well. Now I think I'll use Spear in this one. I will use Sphere, and we'll use Hand of Tyr. Hey, rhymes. And then we should have enough to carry us through. If we find we're not doing enough damage, we can always go ahead and add in Atrops, or we can add in Cleo, just to get the additional striker synergy for Sal, and increase the attack overall of the entire team. But we'll see. Dragon armor, dragon armor. That dragon, the astral synergy, really effective in removing holy shield specifically from enemies. We'll have to see. Now Sal is very, very good against the Doom synergy that's going on here. So there's 3 Dooms on the enemy team, and there is 3 Phantoms, 2 Monarchs. So a very tanky team here for 91. But what we want is for Sal to take as much damage as possible. The best way for him to do that, so it nerfs Aphrodite as well. Having the Astral Dragon here, because you effectively need at least one of your units to die for Aphrodite to actually do what she needs to do. But again, it is what it is. So we do get a fair bit of damage from Mavis. We do need Sal to really start taking damage. Unfortunately, I built him with full dodge runes. I think potentially should have built him with full heal runes instead, but should be absolutely fine. So dragon goes down, but the dragon will revive as well. Nothing can take this spot. So even when Aphrodite did trigger, nothing can take this spot. So effectively we need Sal or Mavis or Janet or Nerissa to die before we can start to activate that passive there of Aphrodite. Again, the astral synergy, it's not the best for the Avengers team, but it is what it is, you know. I think potentially the Summoners synergy might have been a little bit better for them, but then also giving Sal the Hunter synergy, I don't think that's a combination for people just using him to clear everything. So is what it is. There we go. I don't know if we're going to do enough damage, you know. I mean, Sal is losing a lot of health, but he's also healing back up quite a bit as well. So we'll just have to see. Yeah, we just need a big burst of healing for him to increase that attack dramatically as well. So we'll see. Just takes so long to do anything with this team. Yeah, I love the Avengers. Like, here we go. So Sal massively built up there. Did massive damage to enemies. So I think we should be absolutely fine. Yeah, so again, having that retaliation rune, so every time an Avenger's dodge, they'll respond with a basic attack. That's going to be really powerful for Sal, especially when you want him to build up his attack over the course of the match. But again, because none of our units have died so far, the Afro is really nerfed this season. Really, really nerfed. There we go. That's more like it. So we can go ahead and skip now. I think we've seen enough from this team. Let's go ahead and push forward and just see how far we can take it, to be honest. Again, that astral synergy really does nerf, really does hurt this Avengers team. Really does. I just think, I mean, I guess if that dragon dies consistently in PvP and you have an effectively an unlimited revival with it, I think it's going to be much better. But as it stands at the moment, enemies just aren't able to kill this guy. Now, Lachesis, we want Gwyn. If we're not able to beat these enemies, then we will need Gwyn on the team, and we can take out Aphrodite and Nerissa and just put in two Glorians synergy mates in there as well, and that'll speed things up quite significantly. Specifically, we need Gwyn and somebody else as well in the team. So there we go, Holy Shield been removed, but again, we're going to do absolutely no damage. So I think what I'll do is I'll skip through. 12 rounds, not bad. Able to do a lot of damage here with Sal. Again, he's just such a staple. He's just such a staple and speeds things up dramatically for the Avengers team when going through PvP. Unfortunately, he died there. Weird. But he didn't come back anyway. It looks like Aphrodite able to pop off finally because we had a free slot. I suspect that is the case anyway. Here, see, 13 rounds. They're just so slow. Like, it's effectively it is a guaranteed win with them, just because you have so much recursion with them, so you can bring them back from the graveyard. Well, I say graveyard. Sorry, I've been playing too much Magic. Let me know if you want to see some Magic the Gathering Arena online. There we go, 9 rounds, absolutely fine. There we go. So this is 99. So let's go ahead and see. So it is Cursed Bride. So Toxic Spider is immune to all damage, but once the enemy performs a basic attack, it will lose 1% of its max HP. Deals 50% damage to one random enemy. Randomly applies Deceive on one enemy and boosts its attack by 2000% for 1 round. Deceive units will attack their allies using basic attacks. Attacks all enemies, dealing 90% damage. And for every 2 allies lost, it loses 20% of its own HP. From round 10 onwards, all allies receive a max HP revival effect, permanently increasing crit resistance rate and 50%, or by 50%, reduced damage taken.